pick into the Storm, because they already don't want to lane that, and then the Nyx pick after that.
Watermelon.
Oh, and look at Insania's
He's like,
reaction
what is
to
happening?
the Tide pick. I mean,
What can they do?
the other thing is your lanes are now in trouble. All right.
Offlane Shaker, yeah. I mean, if anything could salvage it, you need some sort of instant stun.
Well, Boxy Earthshaker was the GG pick for Alliance in the midseason. He was getting ridiculously fast ags on this hero and just owning people. I just don't know the.
And I mean, I tend to agree. I think I'm a little bit more in favor of Virtus Pro. I think the Tide was probably my least favorite pick of this draft. I feel like maybe it kind of slowed them down a little, whereas it felt like they kind of had this fast pace, kind of run over them again thing almost going for them. So maybe that'll give a little bit of breathing room here for Alliance if there's a couple of whiffed Ravages. But you can see why Alliance go for the Storm Spirit first because, well, as we're seeing this.
Oh, and hello.
Yeah, Mr. Bear.
The Bear. It's dead. And that money, 300 gold, going to no one. We saw what happened in the mid lane last game.
Look at him buying, look at his shop. Oh my God.
Oh.
He's got 2 mangoes, the null done, a salve, and a tango.
No.
Well, it's a good thing they're not setting the Storm Spirit mid.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Well, in fact, he's looking for the Storm Spirit because they're going to send the Tide mid versus the Lone Turret.
Okay. Well, bottom lane, bit of a kickoff around the rune spot. Tiger will be able to grab the bounty there. We'll get the Fisher block off onto Roger. Looking for those body blocks. Roger is surrounded, and Alliance will get first blood. Goes the way of Insania. Tiger just able to survive against the poison. One more bit is there, but it shouldn't be enough, just the one stack. He should be able to stay alive with that Tango regen. So they get first blood, but honestly, that Bear's worth so much.
Yeah, it's basically
and the fact
evened
that
out.
it went to no one again, that's a painful one. It's a rich quap to start the lane.
Oh man, this Quap. Somehow winding up with, I guess the Lone Druid would be her worst lane for sure, so they dodge that, but either of the side lane matchups between a Storm Spirit or an Earthshaker is going to look very good for the Queen of Pain. As you can see, already has the dagger there on Boxy.
Yeah.
And he's just sad.
Oh, he is sad. He's going to
This is a bear-killing Quap.
Thanks a lot, Quake, for Boxy says. Yeah, if the bear dies and now you've made me lane against no one.
She's already got a taste for blood. You know, he's bear-esque.
That's true, yeah, with this Arcana.
Whew. All right, well, Alliance starting with an uphill battle in that regard, but at least they got the kills, right? Still, slightly.
Kill.
Yeah, that's all there is. But, you know, Storm Spirit first phase, you got to have some flexibility. As we hear the panel talk about these, like, side lane storms. We've seen off lane storms. We've seen safe lane storms. In this case, it's essentially a position 1 storm being played by Mickey here, facing up against the Sven with the help of a Crystal Maiden, or we always used to talk about the mana battery, be it the Coddle or the Crystal Maiden. Sumail used to go on and on about that and how important it was in order to play the Storm Spirit. So hoping that's going to give him a better game this time.
So we'll see how much Solo and Ramses are able to find out this lane against the 3 of them. Right up top, we see already Roger. She's got the first creep wave round back behind the tower. And setting it up here for no one to find some CS underneath. The mid lane matchup. 11 for 1 against the 7 for 1. Good start for Pasha, having that slight lead.
Yeah, at least Boxy, as you can see there, did get that pull off in the small camp. He's just trying to equalize things a little bit and see if he can keep this wave in favor of him closer to his own tower, if not underneath it, just so he can try and get something here. Because he essentially needs just like side lane pulls to try and dodge this Queen of Pain. Curious how many points no one will even put in the dagger, but back in the mid lane, you can see there's also some shenanigans happening here with the creeps being split up.
See? Stun's being thrown out from Ramses trying to secure the CS.
Wow. The Storm Spirit lane choice. Oh, I see. Mickey's mostly been in the safe lane, whereas we've had 96% in the mid lane. Makes sense. And almost 650 matches.
Get the roll in, Tiger. But that setup in the body blocks onto Solo. Another stun comes out to Mickey. That does...
Insania.
Not save Solo, Insania.
Nice mango.
Gets in and finishes off the kill. Yeah, Mickey would have loved to grab it, but pretty solid stun from Ramses. Just made sure that that final sort of overload hit was not available. Then I'll actually look towards Ramses again. Yeah. Tiger goes in. They've got that early level in the Vortex with the drag back. Stick charges a pop from Ramses, but they've got the damage. Alliance. They'll clean up both kills on the bottom lane. Same time up top.
This is because of Roger, right? Being up here.
And Boxy with that block off. Roger's taking a lot of hits from the tower. Tiger easily able to kick him off.
Alliance, the crowd is silent.
I think they actually are.
Not a word coming out down there.
No. As Boxy and Tiger, they run down no one. They've got the control. Boxy will fall, but no one loses his life for it. That's some hefty XP for Tiger.
This is so impressive from Alliance.
Yeah.
I mean, punishing the fact that Roger was up top. Alliance have turned this on its head 6 to
kills.
1.
That is the start they dreamed for, especially after that early feeding of the bear. This starting to get those kills down bottom. VP will strike back. Insania's caught out. They move the 3 of them as a unit. We'll get the CM. Farm still for the 3 cores of VP.
Yeah,
Not too bad. The mid lane, obviously Pasha and Quake were pretty much just trading farm evenly, both at the top.
I mean, Pasha's just loving life right now, right? How often do you get this as a Tide Hunter? This is one of those offlaners that wants to be ahead the whole game as much as possible. And of course, it's gonna be a lot easier to do when you're in the mid.
Boxy being involved in that action, getting those levels. As you said, you know, Boxy on his shake has done some phenomenal things, and he is getting that sort of a start. Not an incredible amount of farm, but he's not falling far behind. Bottom lane, another setups there from Solo with the disruption. Nice stun as well from Roger, gets the 2 of them. Means that very little can be done from Mickey to turn around and help Insania out. The poison stacks up. And they'll claim the CM once again down here. VP starting to bully Insania over and over again.
Right at the 5-minute rune, right? As you should be trying to secure these, but they brought the bear down, which means they might get 3 now for Alliance.
They'll get all 4.
They got it.
There we have it.
That's a team fight one.
That's a 2K lead now. Alliance coming back
Man.
into this game 2 already, just 5 minutes in.
You know, that is sick positioning there from Koivu, because when you have the lone druid mid, it's often a matchup where you have to, like, you need the bear, you know? Sometimes he gets sent in there against these, like, ODs, or these really tough matchups, and you have to be this perfect manipulation, but versus a Tide Hunter, you kind of get away with some things, right? Maybe you'll get denied a few CS, but sending the bear down there like that for the 4 runes secure, solid stuff, and now they're going to move Boxy to the mid.
Yeah, switch up with the lanes. Quaifa's going to head up top. He's got those levels, he's got that advantage, he can put the pressure on down bottom. They do manage to get the kill on the SD. Mickey, he's got those stick charges, he's got the Vortex as well, dragging back Roger. It's 2 more kills for Alliance down here. Now Ramses, he's on the retreat. Tiger rolls in. There's the root from Insania. Ramses has the stick charges, but Mickey's still got so much mana to play with. Doesn't quite get another overload hit onto Ramses though, so Ramses will be able to hide in the trees. Tiger's still hunting. He'll try and kick his way out as he clears up the tree line. Roger, look at the lineup of stun. Mickey, he's full health and full mana, so can look to help out Tiger. Roger has the stun connection, but Mickey dragging the Nyx Assassin away from Tiger. Tiger's going to be able to roll himself away. A silence as well. Clutch on Solo to stop the disruption from cancelling that roll away. Great play from Tiger on the ES. As Mickey, he's still got some mana to go here. They stun him up, but Ramses is falling ever so low. The Vortex is there. They'll kill Ramses, and Mickey, he's fine. The turnaround from Tiger rolls back in onto Solo. And Alliance, after a disastrous game 1, have come into this game 2, and they're looking like a totally different team.
The abuse of the changes to the pull on Storm Spirit, allowing him to be in lane like this, and not just a 1v1 hero. Alliance fully pulling it out right now.
And always mana to play with from that CM, from the stick charges mid lane. Quaifa.
Yeah, trying to watch out for the root here as no one as he gets Fisher.
Look at the Fisher hits Blinks on called out for 8 seconds. They can focus him down.
Oh, he's so close to 6.
He has the Sonic Wave. Turns. Boxy's dead.
Oh, he just got the echo.
And now Quaifa's got to run, but Solo, he has the control with the disruption. Quaifa immediately goes for the TP out, but there's the Ravage. Pasha's not messing around. Cancels the TP. No one will get the double kill. VP making sure they keep their queen safe.
Yeah, the hometown crowd there coming in with the VP chant, and that led them straight into a double kill. So probably going to see a lot more of those. Clearly having an effect in this one. Well, what a first Ravage there too, right? Rotating on the mid lane to help secure your queen and get that kill onto the lone druid, who hasn't really committed to too much yet. Currently looking for that Mask of Madness build here. So very aggressive, probably like Mask of Madness, Solar Crest sort of style.
Tiger hit. I mean, Solo's low. That wall down. I mean, Tiger, he could see an opportunity to maybe go for this. I guess the one, no, didn't quite catch the full vision at that point. Just has the little crossover area between the towers. So yeah. Solo will be fine, just outside of range of the vision. Tiger unaware. Won't be able to go for him. But definitely for VP, Pasha, the one given that mid lane. It's up to him to sort of make the plays, make the counter plays as well. Anytime that Ravage is there, he has to be in the side lanes helping his team if they get to over bottom lane. Good advance onto Mickey. God's Strength pops as well, but he has just enough mana to get himself away from the God's Strength Sven.
They're trying so hard to get those kills onto Ramses. He's far behind. He is alongside
Top lane
Boxy.
Boxy is getting Toma Pump, but he's able to just drop down the Echo Stand. The backup there from Tiger. The silence onto the two of them. No one's dead. Boxy's backing away. Will get taken out by Pasha. With the TP from Insania, do they have the damage to bring down the Tide?
Oh, he's a beefy boy.
They have got some magical to throw out in a second. The urn thrown down upon him once again. Tiger, he has the control, has the damage. Double kill for Tiger's Earth Spirit as he continues to rule the side lanes.
These supports are almost level 6 at 9 minutes. And in fact, if Insania just wants to freeze up one of these Hellbears, he will be there before the tomes even come out. Insania and Taiga, just absolutely ridiculous this game. He is 6-0 and 5.
6-0-5. This has got to be one of the best Spirit openings we've seen
I mean, they
in
need
a
it.
long time. I mean, he is crushing the first 10 minutes of this game. 6-0-5.
With these level
ridiculous
6s,
impact.
the most important one is Mikke, because he gets a little bit of freedom now. He
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily need these supports by him all the time. And, well, speaking of getting something done here, Koikva gets the tower in the mid lane before the 10-minute mark as well. So can you ask for a much better first 10 minutes from Alliance? I don't think so.
I don't think you can. They have come back, as I say, after that game one. That really must have sort of shut them down. But the way that they've entered into this game too, whatever kind of talk Loda have with the boys, it's worked. As this Alliance ready to put up a fight.
This is the streaky boy, though. 6-0 and 5 under a ward here. Give Ramses this gold. Don't let him get out of here.
Any way can escape? No, the block off's there.
Just making sure. Fully block him in. Now everyone else stop hitting.
He's just surrounded in the trees, Tiger.
Eventually!
Ah, they got him.
Yeah, 488 gold.
And Ramses, yeah, the one to get the touch, as VP were trying. They get him. They trap him. Tiger down.
Get himself a tome for his efforts. And there was also a bit of space given away there, too, because Koi forgot the bottom tower. So, space still created here, and of course, taken away now from Virtus Pro. And that's one thing that Sven does need. Now, most importantly, I guess they can try and control these Ancients, but losing that tier 1 mid so early, it's going to be a tough ask for Virtus Pro. Probably going to see a lot of vision centered around that mid part of the map here.
Yeah. For no one, he's got to find some action. You know, this is a sort of a quap that started off as a side lane quap. You have to keep relevant, keep on top of the game. If you get behind, this lone druid Storm Spirit core will just be able to out-farm and outscale you.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly not a scaling lone druid in the sense of, like, he's not just going for the max Midas Radiance or anything. He's just good. He's got phase boots, he's got mask, he's got a Blightstone, and they're going right on solo, but at the same time, mid lane you can see.
There's the opening. Tiger coming in from the side as well. It was not expected. They had ward vision.
They're going to get two.
That smoke usage from Tiger, making it impossible for no one to react to. Great opening from Mikke and a fantastic follow-up from Tiger, who continues to just play around with VP all across the map.
Yeah, just kills in tandem, right? Going in on both at the same time, so there's no chance for a reaction. Roger, can they make a play off of this, though? This first vendetta.
I think all this is just Roger getting some information. Even if he plays off with the Spike Carapace off a Remnant, he won't have the damage on his own. I mean, unless Mikke tanks the creeps too much.
No, he's
if
going to cancel
goes greedy and
clarity.
tanks this creep wave, but yeah, it's...
Oh, he actually just lost the buff.
I'm going to say, so he didn't actually get the hard hit. As Mikke is out of mana.
Mikke, it's okay, buddy.
There's no threat here from Roger. As in fact, Roger, he may actually be under threat himself. Tiger's turned up as well. As Roger poking around and pays for that one, as that was an interesting one from the Nyx Assassin.
All right, right back. Roger's having a good time. All right. Well, Ramsey's not having a great time. He has recovered quite a bit considering where he was. Still behind some of those cores on the dire side, and not exactly where Sven wants to be. But he's getting the space. There's not a lot of dire heroes around him, of course. Roger, at least in that regard, did make some space for him. Does have the Midas now complete. He's not going to go for the Mikke strats from last game, where he just was forced to skip over the Midas.
No, he still gets it. It's slower, as we can see, than average, but the fact that he gets away with it.
Well, they're chanting again. They got a double kill last time the chant started. See if the crowd can do it once again for them.
And can they fuel VP?
I'll count a triple camp of Ancients as a double kill, because that's actually worth more gold.
That's a lot of money for Ramses. He's going to get away with this. No Alliance, they do have the Observer Ward over this half of the map, but not quite by the Ancients.
Now, they might see Ramses in the God Strength. That might cause them to smoke, right? Like,
see,
he's got no ulti.
Instant ping out from Insania saying, you can imagine, They want to do something with that knowledge in mind.
Now Solo also going to know that they had that knowledge. He does get the D ward. But
Roger, he heads up, but he's under the sentry. They'll open with the root, straight away the silence for Tiger, and bam, they've got the control and damage. He's got to be careful, Roger. He's entered over this half of the map twice, and both times Alliance have been able to take him out for it.
Nyx is a very hard hero to play from behind when you don't have either like global sunstrikes or like 2 good cores to play with right now. And Tide isn't ready to play with them, and the Queen, she's almost there, but not quite, and she will get initiated on.
Oh, Mickey. Got the lead in. Boxy just able to go for the walk-in. Echo Slam, Tiger as well, rocking around onto the back lines, and straight away, Pasha reacts, does get a 4-man Ravage. Do they have the damage to take out any members of Alliance? Insania, he just goes for the ult. They've already killed off 2. Pasha's trapped in the AoE damage of it all. Mickey chasing him down. Tiger's going to be able to offer up the extra disable as well, if it's even needed. The Vortex dragback's there. There's the slow from Tiger. Roll forward, lands the stun. 3 dead. Again, Alliance making these plays look so smooth and simple. Tiger's Earth Spirit continue to be everywhere it needs to. And you are really just seeing the fact that you have that mana with this Dawn, the fact that Mickey can just throw out so much damage in these early fights.
And how much they're setting up for Boxy. I mean, Boxy, he doesn't have to go for this early Blink Dagger. If you guys have seen him play this Earthshaker before, he goes Treads, he goes Eggs. And if you're not getting that early blink, you know, you watch your Earthshakers, you get a Blink Dagger, you get a smoke, you move across the map, you get a kill, and you're like, yeah, great job, guys. But in this case, you gotta be a little bit more passive, unless you got a Storm Spirit zipping in and setting up for an Echo Slam, right? Mickey's basically his Blink Dagger so far as they get a free kill onto the Queen. Stupendous. And now just 1 component away here, once he purchases up one of those and 100 gold.
Just these two, Quaifa, he's loving life. 1-1-0, he doesn't need to be involved. Farming away with a Mask of Madness. Relic is pretty much done for the bet. Getting all the space he'd want for.
Yeah, getting away with it. I thought he might go more aggressive. But if you can get away with Radiance here, of course, it's going to be very valuable versus the Sven.
Boxy. Simple TP.
And Roger getting close there. He had fully wrapped around the backside of the map there. Maybe looking for a courier kill. Wouldn't mind some deeper wards here. Currently, the vision game from the Radiant extremely defensive, as they're just trying to provide a safe haven here for Ramses. But Quickfoot, even though he has not upgraded his hero in the longest time, going straight for that Radiance after the Mask of Madness, he can still pressure these lanes like this.
He's going to get it a very, very good time. Echo Saber's there for Ramses still, slowly gearing up. But these fights are not going to be easy for the Sven. Until that point where he gets a BKB. A lot of magical, a lot of disable.
He needs that blink too.
And not a huge amount of save from VP's lineup. Obviously, Omni Knight taken out of the game in the draft. You're mainly relying on, sure, a potential defensive disruption, but not something that you want to have to rely on if you're moving in God Strength. That's a bit of time where you aren't able to offer anything, and it gives ample setup for Alliance to react as soon as you're out of the bubble, whether it be Tiger rolling in or Boxy looking to line up that Echo Slam.
Yeah, that is one thing he's got going for him, though, is that once he does get that BKB, there's nothing to stop him. He will have free reign in the team fights.
It is all magical. Yeah, you are right.
No control. So they're probably going to play a little bit more defensively. They could probably go for the BKB before the blink. Oh, this would be a good kill.
Got a big find here. They found the bear. They're going in, but the bear's got backup quite far. He's got the team in Insania again. These huge ults, they'll finally cancel it with the disruption, but they've already lost the Nyx Assassin. They've lost Ramses as well, and Tiger, the magnetize upon them all, rolls in, kicks Solo out of the game. Pasha locked down, surrounded. Alliance will get the 3. Can they get the 4th? He's tanky. Tiger's roll forward will be duped by Pasha. They're chasing him. It's a long, slow, arduous kill.
Keeps on backstroking.
Tiger looking for the block off, kicks Pasha back into the Vortex and Mickey. Pasha will fall. 4 kills for Alliance, 23-7, as they just continue to show such sort of the opposite, the polar opposite of what we saw in game 1. And you know, after game 1, people were quick to say, I mean, did people really think Alliance had a chance against VP? You know, VP, they are a tier 1 team, yada, yada, yada. And then bam, Alliance said, ho, where you at now, haters?
You know, I heard
this is what we can do. This is what got us to TI. And indeed, people, they didn't believe. And sure, the game is not over. It absolutely could still fall away from them. But I think it's going to be hard for that to happen. This is a 23-7, 8K lead, 18 minutes in. They've got a Quaifa Lone Druid and a Mickey Storm at the top of the game.
And a
Radiant's done everything going Alliance's way here in game 2.
I mean, you missed the morning panel. Some people didn't even believe in TNC over LGD. So, you know, I feel like this is kind of a similar thing happening here. But I want to see Boxy's heat map this game. I think that's the first time he's been mid. The guy's just been hanging out top. Just farmed another 2K gold, of course, casually getting towards that Aghanim Scepter. Now he says, all right, guys, you guys got a 5th player here. Usually it's the Storm Spirit or the Lone Druid who are AFK. But no, Alliance have found a way to give all of this to their Earthshaker.
Just a race for the BKB on Ramses.
Is it ever?
So they can have at least a chance in these fights.
Oh, zip up top, a long one.
They found him in time, they have. Tiger's in with a roll. No one found once again. 2-5-2 on the side lane, Queen of Pain.
I mean, he's at Yules. And he still just cannot get away from this.
I don't think we've seen a single, well, we saw the one Sonic Wave mid when he had the backup from his team, but he hasn't been able to offer anything else. Boxy's in, but the jump for Roger trapped up by the Fisher. They got the root on him as Roger. Very little escape potential, as that's another Quake for picking it up with the Radiant Spurn damage. More money on the bet as Alliance.
I mean, now you just have Ramses like, I need my BKB, and they're in my Ancients.
And it really is sort of just, it's just the revenge for Quakefer. He got bullied so hard in game 1. This time around, they're making no one look like the chump. He is struggling. No money, no gold, no impact on the side lane Quap. Let's jump forward from Boxy. They catch another. Solo, he's got a disruption. They do have the stun. They're trying to turn with the demonic purge. Pull forward as well. The
There's
stun's
a slam here.
They have the Kuwa boy this time.
Oh,
VP strike back.
that was scary.
The combo's there. They get 2 calls. They get 3. Insania dead as well. VP. They will hit back hard, showing that they still have this wombo, this potential. They get the chain stuns. They get that sort of lineup for the cleave.
Yeah, living on the edge on that one, going in towards an Earthshaker like that can be very dangerous. But they secure the kill. They get the chain stun down enough to control the possibility of that Echo Slam. And you got to take risks, right? You're this far behind. You can feel it, and you know you have to take it back. It is the Sven. He's in a better spot than Mickey was. There's no doubt about that. He's higher up in relative to his opponents than Mickey had. In fact, now he's top of the net worth after that. Plus, he has the Midas. Just needs that BKB, and there she blows.
See what they can go for here, Tiger. Wanting to strike whilst these ultimates are on cooldown.
Keeping the pressure up there. I mean, I wouldn't mind an Aegis here on this Bloodstone before they lose some more charges. Mickey's still very far away if they start a fight.
See what kind of a jump they can find. Pasha, the beefy one on the front. They're going to go for a little bit, start to tickle away at the Tidehunter. Rolling from Tiger as well. Warcry pop by Ramses. They'll kick back Pasha. Ramses trying to hit away at the bear. Chain stun as well, holding the bear underneath the tower.
Spent on a guy with no Ravage.
See if they can kill it. Jump forward again. Pasha tanking up.
Look at Ramses lurking.
And Mickey's going to go for the zip forward. Gets the grab back. They really want to try and kill off this time. Fisher out onto the 3 at the jump forward. Boxy, beautiful control and play. Ramses will get the BKB and the God Straight fan. Now they'll try and turn. Look towards Boxy. He's able to jump away though in time before the stun connects.
He gets to the high ground.
And
no follow-up.
That's the BKB and God Strength popped by Ramses. It's going to wear off soon. Alliance could try and push for more with this timing. We'll see what they want to take. Roshan is also up.
Man, excellent presence of mind there from Alliance. Yes, they're casting these spells on the Tide. I know they're controlling him up, but they're keeping that thought. What is the Tide doing? We know he doesn't have Ravage. Who's the real follow-up here? It's Ramses. Excellent Fisher to catch 2 into that Echo Slam. Wasting the first charge, the BKB, as Ramses has to use it defensively. Still not feeling the comfort of heading in towards a Roche or anything like that yet from Alliance. Just trying to fish for more kills. That Ravage is now back up, though.
To be a little careful and respectful of that. We saw what happened last time. VP with the combo. There go, but Pasha still being poked upon. They are going to try and fight this. I mean, Pasha, as you say, Ravage is going to come out. See if they can turn, focus down the front lines as immediately they're on top of Tiger. Tiger will fall. See if they can move on to the next one. Boxy still just jumping in, committed, but the Sonic Wave from no one knocks them back. Boxy's dead. Jump in as well. Yule's controls there. Insania's trying for the ult, but the Spike Carapace puts a stop to it. Insania, focus down. Fear from Quaitfa's Bear comes out, but it won't be enough to save the CM as the poison ticks him down low. No one gets the final touch. VP once again holding as you mentioned it. Alliance making a bit of a brash play there. Jumping in, they knew that Ravage was available. They still tried to dive in like that. They cannot do that.
It was close. It was like seconds. It had just come back sort of deal, so I don't know. Maybe they were just playing by feel on that one, but I mean, that's basically the opposite of Alliance. I mean, the criticism, if anything, of this team has been like, my God, guys, could you end before the 30K lead? And that's something that changed around here, but just a 9K lead here.
We'll see it once more. An easy Ravage for Pasha. And instantly VP able to just pick apart target by target. Tiger's gone, and at this point, Boxy, he's still trying to commit. A grouping up as such, no one.
Yep.
Landing that easy Sonic Wave, and at this point, the fight's already over.
Mickey was just out of that fight for so long, too, between the initial Ravage stun and then the disruption, not able to get any of that damage. We know that he's been a large part of these team fights so far for them.
Back into the action. Roger, already out and trying to scout.
So now, you don't want to give up your chokehold, right? You've been holding these high grounds on the Radiant side of the map. You feel like you've been pinning them in, and then you try and go for these kills. But if the kills aren't working, then what's your option for Alliance? They kind of pull back. Now, VP moving through, trying to de-ward their own area. They don't know where the vision is that's left behind from Alliance. So they're going to smoke through and try and get a kill opportunity before they go back for the de-wards.
Let's see Roger head into the jungle from that sentry. They're going to try for the roll in. Roger will be able to get out. Dust will clip him, but he's got the movement speed. He's out of there. Pasha presents himself. The rest of VP still smoked up behind.
25 seconds till that Ravage, and they're out. Bounty runes secured there. 2 by Mickey, and looks like it'll be a 3-for-1 there. Solo will grab the solo 1 for Virtus Pro. Wow, look at that goal. I mean, that's map control now in the modern age of Dota.
Yeah, the power of the bear as well, just allowing them to easily get the lion's share of the runes. We'll see down
I'm
bottom.
good to get rid of that.
See if they can get him here. He's been silenced. No one with that recently picked up Orchid. Using the Bloodstone heal, though, Mickey's able to keep himself full. A lot of mana to play with. As it's a hard catch for VP. Roger
Nice
tries
attempt
for the stun, but Mickey is way out of there.
Hood now for Boxy, of course, as he is being thrown into the thick of things. He also has that medallion, so opening up the opportunities for the Roche. But, of course, very concerning versus a Sven and a Tidehunter. One good Ravage, and the cleanup can be there from Ramses, who is basically back, right? Blink, BKB, the Echo Saber. He now has the level 20 as well.
He's got his farm.
And they need this extra control. These stuns versus the Storm versus this Earthshaker, because he becomes this mobile unit once you have the Aghanim Scepter.
Gonna try to go on the bear here. With that control, they have more than enough damage to take him down. The bear's gone. Another 300 gold going into the pockets of VP. And now the ability to push onto this tier 1 tower. We'll see if Alliance are able to fight around this at the moment. Boxy's still pushing in on the top lane. He's now going to TP back over to the shrine.
Just digging on the tower.
He's going to start things off, rolls in, does get disrupted. VP stunned and back up, but Pasha has the Ravage. He can just hold the fort here, jump in from Ramses with a BKB in the God Strike. They've got Tiger, the stun on the bear, catches the real lone druid too. Quaitfa still able to get away now. Mickey goes for the Demon Boxy. He's in with the slap of the Ravage. Pasha with the counterplay, the Sonic Wave onto the 3 of them. Ramses turns as well, cleaving them all. Mickey still has enough mana to be able to zip back to safety, but Insania chase down. Ramses gets the double.
If they can get out of here, it's a success, honestly.
The Boxy Shaker as well on the back of it all. VP, another fight. Alliance trying to make plays into the Ravage. But each and every time, VP taking such a huge win off the back of it. The kick's there. Tiger able to push Quaitfa up into the base. Tiger as well able to run away. Good disengage to keep those two alive. But overall, VP closed up the game. Mickey, what's he doing? He's back in the lane, and VP, they just walk back. And they pick up the sweetest bonus they ever could. That's the Storm gone. He's got buyback, and he's probably going to have to use it. VP are now forcing straight down the mid. After such an impressive opening, Alliance letting it slip away. with these poor decisions to try and take fights.
The composure of Virtus Pro here to identify what they have to do. Ravage, Sonic Wave, and then of course Ramses.
He's jumping in. Tiger's trying to commit as well. They're still holding on to that buyback on Mickey, but already jumping onto Boxy. He'll try and jump back, but in Ramses goes. The BKB committed. Boxy's dead for 50. Sun's out onto Tiger. VP overrunning the Earth Spirit as well. 2 dead on Alliance without buyback. But they're still just trying to make sure that Mickey doesn't have to buy back here.
They gotta get back. I mean, there's towers in the other lanes. I don't know if you can try and keep defending this alliance. It's so risky. Don't just keep feeding the bodies. The racks are gone.
They've just got to let it be here. As VP taking back control of this game, the lead is now theirs. The melee racks in the middle lane taken away from Alliance.
Oh, this is such a terrible feeling in the game of Dota. You can see it on their faces. You feel like you're so far ahead. How could anything go wrong from here? And then just a few amazing plays from Virtus Pro, getting to those items, and honestly, no one just completely turning around his game.
He really
This is the no one
has.
from last game.
As he had such a rough beginning, I believe, what was it? Like 2-5-2? Now he's what, 5-5-11? He hasn't died since. Every Sonic Wave has been an absolute masterclass in just following up the lines that have been led in by both Ramses and Pasha with these AoE stuns, setting up so much. And now Alliance being knocked back, knocked down hard after having a considerable lead in the early game.
And it feels like the sustain is just outmatched there on that Radiant side, right? Like the auras. I mean, you have the offensive potential coming out of the Earth Spirit. He went for the Veil. I mean, you have the Radiance that we're looking for. They will soon have the AC to finally get some defensive stuff, but you know, that Radiant side, you got the Vlads, you got the Pipe, you even have a Buckler over on your Shadow Demon. He's got a Glimmer to help out. You have an AC done on the Sven, and they want themselves another Bear.
They're gonna get it. No escape for the Bear. One of the sort of the problems with Lone True we've seen in some of the games where it's been picked, if they have the lineup that has that amount of focus fire and single target damage, the Bear is just a liability. Money sent straight into the hands of VP. They're into the Roche pit. There's no contest from Alliance as Roshan will be cleaned up. Aegis claimed on no one. Alliance, they've let so much slip away from the early start of this game.
Oh man, he is dangerous. A BKB and an Aegis.
His game has turned just entirely around from that beginning. It was a slow start for him as this side lane quad, but now,
I mean, he
going
gets
into
the
his
flack,
own,
you know?
Tiger, he's been found, no one TP's over. The Orchid silence, nothing in Tiger's inventory to be able to remove it. Does have the stick in the roll down. Chase is gonna be there, he's Yulesed up.
Speaking of a turned around game, Taiga also, I mean, of course, that is the nature of the Earth Spirit. At some point, you can't do it all yourself. But Boxy,
What is the play for Alliance? I mean, Boxy,
you're looking at it.
he's got to do something big this game.
There's one full wave that he missed, though, of course, so still gonna need some effort here.
They're pushing on VP.
Be it a fountain zip or what, but...
Tier 1 down, looking for more.
Oh, player card back. Congrats, Pasha.
There we go. Even more success and fortune for VP.
Big glyph. I wonder if that'll scare him back. Enough off the wave, he doesn't know how many people are rotating.
And how do they defend against this Pasha? That Ravage is there. It really has been the demise of Alliance every single fight.
Taiga's back.
And they'll try for the zip him.
It's just the Aegis.
So they can kill him the once even. Got the Fisher locked down, but he's forced out. They'll save him. Glimmer Cape as well.
So much help right now from Virtus Pro. And even a smoke up too here. Sneaky plays. Worried about potential vision. There is a ward over on that high ground there from Alliance.
This is just looking to, I mean, at what point of the game it was what, like 23-7 or something for Alliance, and now 20-26. VP showing that they don't need to dominate from the start. They can swing round a game that looked to be a hard one for them, but their plays and their timing of the fights that they've been able to take.
That was a hero.
That's insane, and a hero without buyback. No CM for this defense. And on the side, they've found an opportunity. Mickey, he tries to go for the hit, but he gets caught up by the spike carapace. Now we'll put the BKB into the Ravage again.
It's not
Sonic
Boxy.
Wave onto 3. Every single time, Pasha just breaking any sort of combo that Alliance try to present in these fights. Boxy dead as well. They've got buyback for Boxy. Insania does now have the availability to buy back himself.
Well, there's one downside to the Aghanims over the Blink Dagger. Getting hit mid-air into what looks like a good Echo Slam. Just caught by a tendril of the Tidehunter.
And here's the push into the base. VP looking to take another set away from Alliance. As Alliance, they're holding on. Now they'll use the Boxy buyback. VP trying to go in as the straightaway. Mickey zips straight to the backlines. Will get himself out away from Roger. Roger tries for the stun. Boxy goes for the Vortex control. Quite good with the bear, starting to send them back with that fair. The Fisher gets the ball. Boxy jumps in. Echo Slam onto the 2. Focusing Ramsey, but Ramsey, the BKB's out. Turns, stuns onto Boxy. Boxy jumping in again. Moves over towards Roger Nick's assassin. The zip forward. Insania goes for the ult. They burnt the Aegis out of no one. Can they get anything more though? Ramsey's trying to escape. Tiger looking for the chase down, but the Jukes are real. Ramsey's heads up. Can they cancel his TP? Do they have anything? They don't. The stun. It's not there in time. Ramsey's is out. Boxy jumps in. The chase is there for Roger. Roger getting the stun though. He's still able to get back. Boxy's still chasing forward with that Aghanims. Will get Roger as well.
All right, they do hold their racks, but of course, excellent escape there from the cores, which is what's going to be the most important thing here for the side of Virtus Pro. So we go to our buybacks now. That's our Earthshaker buyback, the only one used there. Found himself a decent Echo Slam after, but still a tough ask when it goes into the Aegis like that. And Alliance, they've stabilized a little bit here now, right? They've lost some towers, of course, in that whole bottom lane, taking all the way up to the tier 3. They still have their tier 2 top. Could be considering the next Roche as a potential option for themselves. And at what point do you start looking towards the Aghanims Bear? Because it's kind of feeling like one of those games.
I have to go for the old school strats Alliance. Might be one of those games. As VP, they've shown that their 5-man is incredibly formidable. Fighting around these Ravages, they haven't really lost a single fight when they go in with Pasha on the front. The driving force for sort of setting these fights to VP's advantage each and every time.
It's going to be about timings again here, but this is late game. This is where, for the majority of the game, most fights, everyone kind of has their ultis. Like, it gets more and more difficult to force a fight, you know, when Ravage is down or when he's not going to have God Strength. But the same thing, it goes towards this Echo Slam, because they really need Boxy to go big in these fights. He's trying to get the BKB so he doesn't get interrupted here, because we also have a 9-second BKB left on Mickey after that fight. So things, they're turning a little bit for Alliance. But the execution has just looked all VP.
Got that 20, Boxy.
And they have that Storm buyback too. If they go for one of these fights near the base again, that Storm Spirit buyback we've seen time and time again can instantly turn a fight.
And we saw that last sort of fight where Alliance came out okay, it was when there was no Ravage.
They're crossing their T's though, they're dotting their I's. They got the Shrine in behind. No rush here from Virtus Pro. And a lot of little green diamonds at the top of the screen here.
And here's the push. What are they going to do, Alliance Picket? Trying for the zip in. Has to be very careful whenever he's playing around without using the BKB. Spike carapaces could cause him to trip up.
Couldn't get a pull with that fear to try and split them.
As Pasha just standing his ground.
Letting the catapults go to work with that Solar Crest.
Into the tower. They'll try for the pullback, but the Kraken Shell keeps Pasha fine. Push around to the 2 of them. Fear as well. Alliance just trying to send them back. Full Shiva's Guard on no one's quap.
Man, look at all the spread vision from Virtus Pro around that base on the side of Alliance. You can see on the minimap there, just a high ground one sneakily in the bottom right.
Boxy, they found him outside of the base. Silence as well. Boxy's down 100 seconds.
Again, another ward on that high ground.
And his buyback still on cooldown for 4 minutes.
There is nowhere to hide for Alliance.
VP, they can take as much as they want now from the base. As in they go, they know at the most it's going to be 5 versus 4. They've got the numbers. They have the siege.
They found Mickey. Just even burning his mana right now.
Okay, trying to poke around. Yeah, don't go for that hitbox.
He might get used here.
He's getting his mana burn as well, silenced. He has the BKB, a little bit of mana to play with. He's not going to pop it though, accepts his death. Will buy back immediately. Inside the base, Ramses is on top of the bear. Quite far.
But they still have
The fear off in
Ravage.
time. Mickey's going to go for the leader with the drag back of the Vortex. Tiger rolls forward as well. Pasha holding on to the Ravage for now. Mickey's committed with the BKB. Magnetize out for Tiger. They'll go for the old Insanity, but he gets stunned up. The Sonic Wave again for Noah. Knocked them both back. Insanity is dead. Buyback from the CM. Roll forward onto Tiger. Tiger explodes inside of the base. Will buy back. Pasha still has the Ravage.
Oh, they just want Mickey to zip in there one more time. He knows he can't afford to. There's too much control to that BKB. But they have to go for something. This is it. This
They're
is Megas.
taking the Megas. 25 seconds, no box in the silence again, followed up by Roger's stun. Jump forward for Noah. There's the Ravage, catching them out. That's it, Ed Storm. Everybody falls. GG is called. And VP take game 2. 2-0. They'll take their series against Alliance. And Alliance, I think they got to be kicking